Political censorship and deplatforming has been one of the ugliest aspects of cancel culture, communist culture, actually. It denies people a voice online and in the digital age. Joining me now is someone who has perspective on this firsthand, ALX. ALX, thank you so much for being on the Benny Report.
Thank you for having me, Benny.
First off, that's contraband behind you. I can't believe you would bring a Betsy Ross flag onto national cable television.
Now, the Betsy Ross flag is one of my favorites, actually. And I mean, what isn't contraband these days? You see them canceling the Muppets. You see them canceling Kermit the Frog now. Now the American flag is canceled. Everything's contraband. What isn't it is the question.
That's right. This is the goal and the tactics of communists, to rid culture of all culture that they don't like. It's bewildering, it's crazy, and it happened to you. We have here a screenshot of, I believe, your Twitter account. You had nearly 100,000 followers, and then poof, gone. What happened?
Well, you see, the thing about Twitter is they never really like to give a precise explanation when they take you offline, especially conservatives. Now, they'll tell you you broke a rule, or you may have broke a rule, which happened in my case. They weren't very specific about it, and when I reached out for comment for one of their PR officials, they said that for privacy reasons, they couldn't go into detail about it. And you see a pattern, especially after the election, of many cases like that, including the President of the United States himself while he was still in office. He was taken off of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, even Spotify. Now, it's a pattern that's happening even after the election as well.
I don't know how I wake up in the morning without my Donald Trump Pinterest content. It was actually my favorite part of my morning. I joke, but this is a very serious topic. What do you say to young people who just say, I shouldn't be a conservative online at all? I'm just going to get banned.
Well, it's definitely getting tough these days. My advice is to get on as many platforms as possible. I'm on Telegram. Instagram is getting worse, but they're not as bad as Twitter. There's this new platform called Clubhouse, which is actually really interesting. It's audio based, so it's more focused on conversations rather than like dunking on people on Twitter. But my advice is definitely to get on as many platforms as possible, engage in dialogue with people rather than trying to own them, because that could be confused with harassment, and you could be reported for that type of stuff. So definitely try and expand your audience by getting on as many digital platforms as possible, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it really is truly cultural communism when you're trying to ban people's ideas and thoughts. Have you ever heard of the right people, the good people, being the people who are in favor of book burnings and censorship?
No. So actually, yeah, the Democrat Party has embraced censorship. More ideas are always better. For that reason, conservatives really like a whole variety of ideas, because the bad ideas get shut down naturally, and then the good ideas, a lot of people will support. So if you notice on Twitter, what happens is if something is a really bad take, they'll get ratioed. I know that's not the best way to determine, but obviously, if somebody's being a racist or anything out in the open, they're going to get called out for it. And then what happens a lot of the times? They delete their tweets. So they self-censor in a way that if it's a bad take or anything, they take it down themselves rather than having other people take it down for them.
Yeah, something I hope that you never take down, ALX, is your sweet, sweet Betsy Ross flag right there behind you. Thank you so much for coming on and encouraging young people to keep fighting online.
Thank you for having me, Benny.